It's not on my end, though. We are live in Concord, North Carolina at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Me Shirts 120 in the EIRCA ARCA Series. I'm Stephen Woods, and with me in the booth tonight is Nicholas Sasek. Nick, how are we doing today?
Steven, I am doing amazing. I am ready for this race tonight and really excited to see who can pull away with this one. It's going to be a fun, exciting one tonight. We're racing at this 1.5 mile oval known as the America's Home for Racing. Just to give a little history on the track, it was built in 1959 and officially opened in 1960. It was the first modern super speedway to host night racing, and believe it or not, its banking in the corners are 24 degrees and 5 degrees on the straights.
All right, and looking at it right now, 28 degrees Celsius there at Charlotte. 50% humidity. It's going to be partly cloudy with winds of 8 kilometers an hour. Like I said before, announcers tonight in the booth are Stephen Woods Jr. and Nicholas Sasek. Looking like they're wrapping up practice here. Looking at the driver's standings, Bennett Allen, your point leader, with 264 points on the season, does not currently have a team. Second in points going to be Charles Irwin, the owner of the series for West Mississippi Motorsports, with 248 points. Third in points going to be Danny Sanchez with Backpack Racing with 239 points. Brandon Lawless, fourth in points, 1 point back with 238, also with Backpack Racing. And it's Austin Bulkey with Extreme Metal, 236 points. Kevin Stanley, sixth in points for the number 5 race team, 233 points in the season, 3 points back from Austin Bulkey. Brandon Ybarra, seventh in points with Backpack Racing, 232 points. Brady the Grave with the Grave Boys, 231, one singular point back from Brandon Ybarra. Ninth in points, Jonathan Thomas for West Mississippi Motorsports, 223 points. 10th is going to be Declan Beatty with West Mississippi Motorsports as well, 216 points on the season. Zane Zwick, without a team, going to be 11th, tied for 11th actually, with 212. Also tied for 11th, Jonathan Casaber with LaGrave Boys with 212. 13th in points for Extreme Metal is Angelo Espo with 205 points. Then it's going to be Evan G. Mueller with Miles Motorsports, 192 points in the season. 15th in points, Nicholas Lamb for number 5 race team, 180 points in the season. Then it's going to be Clay Stewart without a team with 153 points. Then Sean LaGrave with the Grave Boys, 151. Then it's going to be Zane Hussein with 140 points. Then it's going to be Chase Marks with Chase Marks Racing with 121 points. Then, next in points is going to be Jay LaGrave with the Grave Boys with 118 points. 21st in points is going to be Dylan Matthews with Matthews Motorsports with 96. Then Devin Matthews with Matthews Motorsports sitting at 84 points. Then William Marler in 23rd with 64. Then Ryan Taylor with 22. All right, and we're going to shift here, looking at the upcoming schedule for the race, for the series. Next up after Charlotte, race 9 of the season is going to be at Auto Club Speedway for 60 laps. Then race 10 at Bristol Motor Speedway, 115 laps. Then it's going to be Nashville Fairgrounds for race 11 of the season, 100 laps around Nashville. Those 3 races all going to be key towards keeping the point lead alive for your point leader, as well as catching your point leader for the top 5 in points. Anybody not inside the top 5 having a little bit of a tough break, but they are going to be able to use those next 3 races to try and turn the season around. And looks like it's about time for our sponsor, MeShirts.co.
Rock the gear that lets you be your unique self. Bold designs that send a message to everyone about who you are. Shirts, hats, bags, and everything else you need. Go to meshirts.co and get 15% off your first order. That is meshirts.co and get a 15% off your first order. Me Shirts, just doing me. Looks like we're wrapping up practice, heading over to qualifying in these next few minutes.
All right. And finishing up practice, we have, it looks like, some pretty quick drivers. Some of these drivers, especially your point leaders, are looking very, very promising. Allen, so far in first, he's looking very, very strong. The Grave also up there in the top 4. The Grave team is a very big team within the EIRCA.
And we're getting to the end of practice here. Near the end of qualifying, I'm going to do like a little mini driver meeting just to explain the new incident system for those who haven't read the Discord yet.
Make sure that you guys are sticking around for after the race, where we have our post-race interviews, as well as our full post-race broadcast that we talk about finishes, point standings, upcoming races, and insights on the series as well. And also make sure you guys are checking out meshirts.co. Once again, thank you to the sponsor of today's broadcast.
This is a bigger race tonight as we are on to the second half of the season before we reach the chase. So these drivers are going to need to start scrambling for their points to get to that top spot.
The night's supposed to be a crazy night today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to stick around to the end for these crazy last laps here at Charlotte. Usually at the mile-and-a-half tracks, the last 10, 15 laps seems to be the craziest. And also make sure you stick around afterwards for our post-race party. Interviews going to be entertaining tonight, as well as talking about how crazy of a finish this is going to be, as I'm sure it is going to be. Also, make sure to stick around for our point standings as well, especially if you're interested.
You see that number 30 car of Jonathan rocking the M&M's Crispy paint scheme, tribute to Kyle Busch, who sadly passed away on March 21st. In interviews, he did say that was his favorite paint scheme, so wonder what Jonathan can do tonight. And that wraps up
Practice
practice.
concluding. Gonna head over to qualifying now.
Looks like the number 30 of Jonathan is the first one to get on track. Set his lap time down. Let's see what he can put together leaving pit lane.
Gonna ride with that 30 car here for qualifying. There he comes off of turn number 4. Looks like we're gonna see he gets a little bit loose here, but we're just gonna ride with some of these drivers. Short qualifying session, as everybody's gonna be going at once. It's a group qualifying session. There we can see more drivers pulling out on track. That was his out lap, and it looks like he may be the first to set a time as he rolls into turn 3 with the Kyle Busch tribute scheme there in the number 30. Looking through some more of these drivers here tonight, and there's some pretty interesting paint schemes. Personally, I have no clue who's going to take home the pole in qualifying today. Casabir, T1 on the board with a 30.049. So far, your pole. Looks like he's going to be taking another lap here soon. Going to see if he can improve on that. Not sure if this is an out lap or first lap for the number 15. Bennett Allen. Bennett Allen, the nice 15 car. Wonder, from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Bulky, second quick. LaGrave, both of the LaGrave boys. Really close to Casabir, but Casabir is just holding on onto the pole. And then there's Bennett Allen, second quick, 0.099 off. Very, very close. Bennett Allen has won the last race at Knoxville. And we hope to see another strong performance today, but Bennett Allen spinning down into the infield. And there's a good, say, not much of a penalty for spinning to the infield other than you get a little bit of qualifying time knocked off the board. Marlar to the top, 29.823. Irwin P2, 0.016 off. William Marlar. He is currently on a flyer, and it looks like he's way up top. That may be a line drivers. Some drivers, not all can run it. Some drivers might like to run. That's a nice 24 car, Jeff Gordon tribute. Like almost a little bit of a battle here in qualifying. Fast lap. Average speed of 176 miles an hour. Fastest lap, a 29.823. Doesn't look like he's going to go any quicker there. Bulky back in 10th. Only about 2/10, almost 3/10 off. So far, very tight field. 14 drivers have taken time. Marlar in the pits. I wonder if he's going to wrap it up then. Oh, we got a driver bouncing off the wall. It's Kevin Stanley. 30.007 his fastest lap. Currently 5th on the board.
All right, we got just under a minute left in qualifying here, so I'm going to go over the new claim and review incident system. When the yellow flag flies for an accident, we'll open up the claim window, which will last until about 2 laps to go till green. And if a driver claims the yellow as their fault, they will receive an EOL. If you claim multiple in a race, they will result in harsher penalties, so your first claim is an EOL. If you claim a second one within the race, you're going to get a drive-through. If you claim a third, you are going to have to park it for the night, and there will be a potential point penalty. If no one claims the incident, then we will note the lap for post-race review. When we go to post-race review, drivers found at fault for wrecks in post-race review, their first unclaimed will be a 10-point penalty. If you get a second unclaimed found your fault, it'll be another 5 points and an EOL for the next race at the start. And then if you have a third found your fault, you will serve a 1-race suspension along with those 15 points. And if there's any more than that, then the admins will have to discuss. That's within a 3-race span. So if you have an unclaimed race, say tonight, another one next week, none the week after, and another the week after that, only the 3 recent races are going to count. So you'll only be at 2, since that first race will have dropped off those results. We'll also have an ability to submit incidents that didn't cause a yellow or post-checkered incidents that will be submitted through a Google form of some kind that we're going to get created and uploaded for you guys to use. If we have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, but this is something that the admins and I have put together to try and promote some cleaner racing throughout the season.
And it looks like qualifying wrapping up. Going to be on the pole, William Marler. Then second place with only .016, 0.02 of a second off, Charlie Irwin. Inside row number 2, going to be Bennett Allen. To his outside, going to be Jonathan Casabir. Inside row number 3, Brandon Lawless. To his outside, going to be Brandon Ybarra. Inside row number 4, Kevin Stanley Jr. And to his outside, Nicholas Lamb. Inside row number 5, Jonathan Thomas. And outside row number 5, going to be starting 10th, Brady LaGrave. Inside row number 6, it's going to be Jay LaGrave. To his outside, going to be Zane Zwick, starting in P12. Going to be rolling through the last couple positions here. Not sure if it's going to show it. All right, and now it's going to run through, I believe, 18. All right, going to be, there we go. Going to be starting inside row number 7. It's Austin Bulkey. To his outside, starting 14th, it's going to be Curtis Hoyt. Inside row number 8, it's going to be Sean LaGrave. And to his outside, it's going to be Angelo Esposito. Inside row number 9, going to be Danny Sanchez. To his outside, going to be Chase Mark, starting P18. And I believe that's going to round out your field. One driver. It doesn't say that one driver is taking the time. So it looks like Chase Marks ran practice, has not run qualifying. Looks like they're rolling. Do not see the lights on the pace car. Gonna reset trading paints really quick so that we can see every scheme for all the viewers watching. Looking forward to a very fun race. 120 laps tonight. Going to be very, very fun. Marks, it doesn't look like Marks has made the cut. And we are going to be going green.
Green, green, green.
There we go. Green flag is out. William Marler, early lead. Irwin right to his outside. But there goes Allen pushing Marler. He's going to take a 3 wide into turn 1. Through the corner. Allen in the lead. Marler back. Remember, Allen I believe, yes, Allen won last week's race at Knoxville. And he's currently in the lead. As Marlar, it looks like he's going to continue to fall back. Lawless to his inside. Ketzebeer to the inside now of Irwin. Lawless way underneath of Marlar. Can he take the second spot? He's bumping him up to track. We got a crazy pack battle now for second. All of those cars in the battle for second. Now Marlar, Irwin, and Lawless are involved in the battle for the lead. Marlar looked to the outside, but Allen shut the door on him. And it looks like he may be looking for the lead again into turn one. Right to his rear bumper. Will he be able to get the drive off? Will he be able to catch the draft and take the lead? 80 laps tonight, 120 miles. Looking to the bottom again. He's gonna try for it. Can he get the drive off? Marlar looking to go back to the lead. Not gonna lead that lap, but we got a driver coming in from the outside too. Drivers from both sides. Allen is gonna have a hard time blocking that, and he goes back to the bottom to block Marlar. And Irwin being scored as the second place driver currently. And yes, he is. He's gonna officially make the pass for second. And he's maybe going to look to the inside. No, he's going to go to the outside. He's been fast up top, and he's trying to capitalize, trying to go to the outside of Allen. So far, hasn't been able to get him. Allen, though, is going to be burning up tires in the lead. Remember, 80 laps. You got to save your tires, and you got to try to keep your car clean for the end of the race. Looking to the inside now. He's going to put the nose down. Is he going to go into the corner looking for it? He's got it. He's got the lane, but can he get the drive off? Allen on the top side. He's going to get the exit on the corner. Irwin still looking to the inside, but now he's falling back. Here comes Stanley. William Marlar's throwing it down on the inside of Stanley. Can he reclaim the third spot? Not quite. Stanley going to be driving on to the outside. Let's take a look on that battle for first. Bennett Allen still out front. Can he win 2 weeks in a row? We're going to have to see, but Irwin is charging still. Seems like he's pushing as hard as he can to try to get around him. Looking to the top side again. Not going to be able to pull off the lane. Can he get the drive off? No. Still right behind, trying to get underneath of him. He looks like he gave him a little bit of a tap on my screen, but I'm not sure. Very, very close racing. Irwin maybe looking top side. No, he's going to shoot down to the bottom. 17 drivers currently running. Marks did not make the field. Did not make the call. Looks like Irwin is not going to give it. No, he's going to give another try on the outside. Allen's still your leader. Irwin's still trying to get around him. And they are side by side in the back, well, mid-pack, in the back of this front pack. Still very close racing, but the battle up front is the one that I believe most people are going to want to pay attention to, because Bennett Allen has a chance to win 2 weeks in a row. But if he blows it here, if he wrecks, if he makes a mistake, it hits the wall and damages his car, there's a good shot that it's going to be a lot harder for him after this, unless he drives right back to the front for him to win this race. Bennett Allen out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, looking to bring it home from Charlotte, North Carolina. He won from Knoxville, Iowa last week. Here on iRacing, the tires can fade pretty quickly, so you have to watch very, very closely. Make sure that you're not spinning the tires off the corner, spinning them on entry, overdriving the corner, and you don't want to run the top a whole lot, especially on fresh tires. Otherwise, you're going to spin them, burn them up, and then you're going to shuffle back to the back of the pack. And Irwin looking at the top again. Is he going to get it? No. Still trying to find that lane and still looking for grip. Looking at the top again, Irwin almost had a lane there, but he's just not getting enough leverage on the outside to get around Allen. Both of them seem to be using their tires up, trying to stay in the lead. Oh, Irwin is going to be scored as your leader now, and he's to the outside, but Allen going to retake it. Irwin with a shot to the outside. Irwin now your leader again. He has not led a lap up to this point, and around the outside he goes. He's not even going to defend the bottom. Charlie Irwin out of Du Bois, Iowa, now has led laps. In the me shirts, 120. Irwin's still your leader, but Allen going to throw it down into the inside, and he's technically your leader now. There goes Irwin back to the lead, and they're swapping the lead back and forth. Irwin's still out front. On paper, Allen's tires are going to be in better shape than Irwin's. But maybe Irwin finds a way to save his tires while running the high side, because that has been where he has been fast all night. He ran that line in qualifying. He ran it, it appears he ran it most of the time in practice as well. And around the outside, he gets into the wall just a little bit, but he's still got the lead. Allen to the inside. Can he get it? There he goes. Back to the inside. I'm not sure who's going to lead the lap. It's going to be Irwin. They're still side by side, swapping the lead. And here comes Marlar to the back of the 15. Almost shoots to the inside. Now he's going to go to the top. Is he going to try to follow him? He gets into the wall a little bit. Contact with Allen. And on the outside, he's going to try for that second spot. This is a dream come true for Irwin. He now has to do battle with both of them, yes, but he also has a clear-cut lane, and neither of the other drivers do. Oh, but it looks like maybe Marlar got into the back of Irwin a little bit, as now both of them have lost a little bit of speed to Allen. Allen to the inside. Can he hold the lane? He cannot. Irwin leads by half a car length. Oh, and there goes the 97 to the inside. Very dangerous move. And now we got Wallace looking to the inside as well of the 15. The 15 has dropped back more spots. And here comes Marlar, your pole sitter, trying to get back to the front. Three wide for the lead. Here comes the 15 to the inside. They keep it clean for now, but the 97, a little bit of a collision with the 15. He goes up the track, and now the 3 wide for second. Oh, the 83 gets in the back of the 15. The 15 to the lead. Crazy battle for the lead going on right now, and we have more drivers joining this battle for the lead. Your front pack consists of 6 drivers currently, and then after that, Sanchez leads your second pack. The 15 on the top now. Marlar to the inside. Can Allen run the top as well and make it work? Marlar has a little bit of a lane. No, the 15 clears him. Here comes Ybarra in the 44. Haven't talked about him since the race started. On lap 18, we're not too far through the race. I mean, about a quarter, I guess, of the race has been completed. But there are still 60 laps to go on lap 20. You still have to run these tires on. You are going to have to pit most likely at least once. And that battle off pit road is going to be important, especially if there's a caution. If there's a caution, or if there's a long green flag stint, that is going to cause a lot of the race to be determined by pit road, as well as saving tires and fuel. 97 on the inside of the 15. Once again, Marlar and Allen battling for the lead. Here comes Ybarra behind. Lawless as well. Bulky right behind. Then it's Irwin. Like I said, leading that front pack is Marlar. At the back of that front pack is Irwin. Irwin led some laps and was looking very strong before he got shuffled back. And the 44 maybe going to give a little bit of a love tap to the 97. The 97 maybe looking to the inside. He might throw it deep, he might not. It just depends how much are you willing to risk early on. And as they come across the line, out of turn number 4, they're going to be a quarter of the way through this race. 60 laps to go. The 44 to the bumper of the 97, going to give it to him a little bit. To the inside he goes, looking for second. And can he get it? He may have it. But no, the 97 gets an incredible drive off. And he's going to hold on. It looks like, yes, he's going to hold on to the second spot. The 24 now to the bottom of the 44. Bulky to the inside of Ybarra, looking for that third spot. And he has it for now. But will the 44 going to drive off? Yes, he does. Oh, but it gets into the wall. The 24 going to be scored in third. Ybarra now back to third after the start-finish line. Still battling. Still side by side. The 97 looking to the bottom of the 15 again. Allen and Marlar still battling. The field back all the way through is still battling. Bennett Allen, your leader currently as they stand. Last week's winner, like I said, has a chance to win 2 in a row. And Marlar with a good run on the inside. Will this be the corner he takes it? No, it will not. Gonna look at the interior cam there of the 97 of Marlar. Looking back to the inside. He's just trying to get a good drive off, trying to find clean air to then drive to the inside of the 15 and potentially take the lead. We have a lap car looking right to be right in front of Allen. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how lap cars can shuffle back through this very tight pack. 6 cars running very close together. 6 cars within 7/10 of a second of each other. And the 97 right to the back of the 15. Is he going to be able to get? No, not going to be able to get around him. The 24 looking at the high side. Can he run him down for second? Can he run Marlar down and then possibly run Allen down? It doesn't look like so yet. Ybarra to the inside of the 24, still battling. And we have Irwin and Lawless battling for fifth. Interesting battles going on. Now they're starting to run a little bit single file as we're starting to get into a very long green flag stint. 25 laps in. LaGrave is a lap down. Had issues, most likely. Hoyt, maybe. Not yet. He is not a lap down yet, but he is right in front of your leaders. I'm not sure what has happened to LaGrave, but like I said, a lap down early, you never want to see that. Marlar to the lead. No. He's only going to lead for a brief second as Allen back to the top spot. Marlar looking for it, though. Ybarra to the inside for third, but Bulky battling up top. Bulky going to hold on. Marlar causing troubles for Allen. He's looking to the inside, causing a little bit of a headache. And here come the rest of the cars as well. They're closing in just a little bit. Marlar to the lead again. Will he be able to hold on this time as he's trying to come up the track to block? And he's got the lead. Marlar back to the lead. Your pole sitter back to the top spot. Marlar still your leader. Allen in the 15 trying to get back around him. Marlar looking to the inside. Can't get it. Yes, he does. He finally does get it. There goes Allen to the outside now. All right, the 97 still your leader. Allen behind. Ybarra finally takes third. Lawless comes up. Bulky not able to do it. Irwin and Cassidier. Lamb and Sanchez and Thomas rounding out your top 10 here so far. Stanley just outside the top 10. He was running the top as well. The Grave Boys into the pit. The 17 and the 18 car. The 79 car. Another one of the LaGrave cars is a lap down. I'm not sure what has happened with all the LaGrave Boys. Maybe the LaGrave Boys are pitting early. Hoyt, a lap down as well. Esposito, 13th, the last car so far in the lead lap. Both of the LaGrave Boys coming out of the pits. A lap down. Looks like all three LaGrave Boys have pitted. We have Lawless into the pits. Sanchez into the pits. Quite a few cars into the pits. And this pit cycle, like I said, long green flag stints. This is where this is going to come into play. There's LaGrave. Looks like he may go another lap down. Under green, will he? Not yet. The LaGrave Boys, a mainstay in the series. Looking to stay on the lead lap. He may be able to do it. Allen just behind. 0.5 seconds. The gap is growing, but the gap is not crazy. Ybarra into the pits. Looks like Ybarra gonna maybe be the last car of the pit cycle, maybe not. Zwick, Esposito, your last two cars on the lead lap currently. Your top 10, the only cars in the lead lap, and it looks like it's going to be a pit cycle where the top 10 stays out. Everybody behind is already pitted, and that maybe somebody outside of your top 10 is going to take the lead during this next portion of the pit cycle. I think some of these drivers may be banking on a caution or trying to lead as many laps as they can before they pit, because the biggest thing, you don't want to pit more than you have to. You don't want to pit under green more than once, because then that may end your race unless a caution comes out and you have to either take a wave around or the lucky dog. Marlar, still your leader. Allen, the gap closing now. It seems to grow through the corners and shrink through the straights, which tells me Allen has a better run off the corner than Marlar, but Marlar runs the corner better than Allen. Volke in third, Irwin fourth, and Casabir rounding out your top five so far. Irwin has stayed around your top five, it seems, all race. Same thing with Volke. Allen and Marlar have been battling for quite some time. Allen has just been really fast all day long and has battled with multiple people, Irwin included, battling for the lead. Marlar still your leader, like I have said. Allen not too far behind. The gap not going to go over 0.5 through this corner, it doesn't seem. Off of turn number 4, no, it is not going to go over 0.5. So the gap is closing ever so slightly from Marlar to Allen on lap 37 in the Me Shirts 120. This may potentially... Oh, yellow's out! We have our first caution of the day. What brought the yellow out? I don't know, but that is good for everybody except for Marlar. Oh, lap car almost hit the 97. Sanchez, it looks, is around. That is massive. Now the top 10 is going to get to pit. We have a replay. Oh, the 18. And who is that? I'm not sure. Colliding. Sean LaGrave. Almost taking out your leader. Sean LaGrave colliding with another car. Not sure who that car is. I imagine we're going to see. 79. That's another LaGrave boy. That's another one of the LaGrave boys. Both colliding to bring out the yellow. It's important to note that the LaGrave boys were all a lap down. William Marlar still your leader. He started on the pole as well. That is going to not only close the gap between your top two, but that's also going to open up pit road and close the gap between the entire top 10. There he goes. Marlar down pit road. Allen down pit road. Volke down pit road. Irwin down pit road. Casabir down pit road. Thomas down pit road. Lamb, Stanley, Zwick. Esposito. Yes, he comes down pit road. Lawless. Now your leader, as he is the lucky dog. Ybarra on the lead lap now. Is Sanchez going to be on your lead lap? That is going to... Everybody but Hoyt should now be on the lead lap. And Hoyt is now a lap down. Although LaGrave in the pits he will not regain his lead lap spot. Everybody except for Hoyt and LaGrave are on the lead lap. And on the Battle of Pit Road, Marlar, Allen, Casimir, Irwin, Bulky, Thomas, and Zwick, Stanley, Lamb, Esposito, Lawless, Ybarra, Sanchez, LaGrave, Hoyt, and LaGrave. Marks has not made the call, so he will be finishing last today, as he has not started your feature event tonight. Currently running them single file. 17. He has gotten away from. He's now back on the lead lap. Marley, your leader. I'm not sure why we have cars sticking around right behind the pace car. We have all your back of the pack drivers that are finally back on the lead lap. And they are up front for some reason. Even though Marlar is currently your leader. Oh, we have a driver down in the pits. It's LaGrave. The other LaGrave boy involved in the caution coming down pit road. Marlar, like I said, your leader as of current. He's being scored as your leader. Currently, LaGrave is sitting, one of the LaGrave boys are sitting P14. We've got LaGrave boys in P14, 15, and 17 as of current. We have two drivers laps down, and LaGrave, I'm not sure, the 79, he may wind up a lap down.
Hang on,
I'm not sure the rule on that. We're not going green. The pit lights are back on. The pace car lights are back on. Yes, the 79 is a lap down. So 3 cars laps down now. Before we go green, Marlar, Allen, Casimir, Irwin, Bulky, Thomas, Zwick. Before Esposito? No, Esposito before Zwick. No, it is Zwick before Esposito. The timing is interesting. And then after that, Lala, Stanley, Lamb, Ybarra, Sanchez, LaGrave, Hoyt, and LaGrave. Currently, your lineup of the Me Shirts 120. Brought to you by OBN Studios, as well as MeShirts.co. And we are still live on iRacing, until the post-race broadcast is over. Don't you worry, there's a long broadcast left ahead of you guys, and it is exciting all the way through. Make sure you stick around to the end for the incredible finish that we are going to have, and make sure you stick around as well for the post-race interviews, as well as your point standings, and your future schedule for this series, the EIRCA. All right, Marlar still currently your leader as of the first caution, and now all of these drivers have fresh tires. All right, gonna be getting into this. Not sure when we're going green this time by, but if my eyes don't deceive me, the lights were out on the pace car, so we may see us go green here this time by. The lights are out on the pace car, and we are about ready to go green. The pace car about ready to duck off here. Marlar, Allen, Casimir, Irwin, Bulky, your top 5 as they run. The pace car, there it is. It ducks off of turn number 4. They are in the restart zone right about now, and they're green. They're on the loud pedal. We're backing away at Charlotte, the Me Shirts 120. Marlar, early lead. He pulls ahead of Allen, and Allen maybe going to look to the inside. Is he? No, not yet. And then, not quite. He's not going to get the inside lane. It has been a non-stop battle between these two. 42 laps down. We are a little over halfway now. We hit halfway under yellow. And there goes Allen to the inside, looking to the lead, and he has got it. Allen back to the lead, your pole sitter. falls to second place. And here comes Casimir. Bennett Allen has a chance to do something incredible. And here comes Marlar to the inside, trying to take it away. Marlar wants it for himself. And looking to the inside, he can't get it. Allen's still your leader. He can win on dirt, and he can win on asphalt. Will he bring it home tonight in the Me Sharks 120? He can win it on a short track, but can he win it on the big stage here at Charlotte? Now 44 laps down out of 80 laps. We're now in the closing stages of the race, the second half, and this is where things are going to get really interesting. Here comes Irwin to the top. Now your second place car. He wants the glory. This series, one of the most competitive ARCA leagues I have seen in a very long time, if ever. Allen still your leader. The top 5 separated by a blanket. Oh, we got Marlar going to the infield. Goes to the grass, and he's still battling. Gets into the side of Thomas. And Thomas holds on. Luckily, nobody got wrecked there. But your top 5, like I said, separated by a blanket. We got to beat and banging for third. Your top 2 side by side. Oh, now we have a new guy in the mix. Thomas looking for it himself. And now we were 3 wide for third place. Still side by side for your lead. Allen and Irwin. 1, 2. Then it's Marlar, Bulkey, Thomas, Zwick, Lamb, Esposito, Ybarra, and Lawless, your top 10. Irwin around the outside. There's Allen. There's Marlar, Bulkey, and Thomas, still your top 5. Oh, sideways is Allen. And here comes Marlar. Irwin back to the lead. 46 laps down, soon to be 47. We are battling here. Irwin, still your leader. Allen does not want to give up yet. Neither does Bulkey, Marlar, Thomas, Zwick, Lamb, Esposito, Ybarra, or Sanchez. Your top 10 driving as hard as they can, trying to get to the lead. Everybody wants to win an ARCA race, and everybody wants to win at Charlotte. But who is willing to do what to win? Who is willing to push themselves as far as they can possibly go? We got a guy on the wall. Somebody pushed it too hard. It's Thomas. Pushes himself to the limit and goes over that limit, hitting the wall. And now we have Irwin and Allen still battling. Irwin still your leader, but Allen gaining a little bit of time here. Here's Bulkey and Marlar right behind. Your top 4 separated by a blanket. Your top 4 all hard chargers. Your top 4 all having led laps except for Bulkey. Bulkey has not led laps. He's the only driver in the top 4 to not have led laps. Bulkey and Zwick are your only drivers in the top 5 not to have led laps. Irwin, Allen, and Marlar have all led laps. And there goes Allen, maybe looking to the inside, not quite. You can hear these engines roar around Charlotte. This is a big motor track. It's a high horsepower, high speed, very precision driving track. At short tracks, it is, yes, a lot about strategy and tire setting, but it is not quite as precise as the big tracks. The smaller tracks are more about using your car to your advantage. These are about laser precision driving. These tracks, you have to be perfect, or you get sideways like we saw out of that 15 at one point. Marlar down the back straightaway will retake second, and we have battles back. Zwick into the mix. We haven't talked about him a whole lot during the race, and here comes Lamb. Haven't talked about him a lot either. Like I said, once you get to the later stages of the race, new guys appear that started towards the back of the pack. Zane Zwick currently 7th, no, 8th now, starting 12th. He started 12th in the lineup, currently 8th, so he is on the plus side of things. And Ybarra and Thomas getting into each other a little bit, and Zwick trying to capitalize, but so far can't. Irwin and Marlar battling it out. Bulkey as well. Oh, let's look at that battle for the lead now. It's getting really close. Marlar to the inside of Irwin, and can he get it? They are side by side. Marlar technically has it for now, but around the outside goes Irwin, and not yet. Charlie Irwin, not quite, but there he goes back to the lead. There goes the 15 for second. Allen trying desperately to get to him. And can he get around it? There he goes. He's got around him for a second. Can't quite get to him. 29 to go. Now 28 to go. Charlie Irwin, your leader still. Allen not far behind. Then it's Marlar, Bulkey, Lamb, Ybarra, Thomas Lawless, Wick, Stanley, your top 10. Irwin still holding on. Here comes Allen. Can he get it so far? No, he cannot. This is an incredible battle. The top three have all led laps, and they've all battled for the entire race. They are untouchable. So far, they have been the only three to lead laps, and they are absolutely flying. This has been an incredible race so far, and now Allen to the lead. Marlar behind. Then it's Irwin, Ybarra, Bulkey, Lamb, Thomas, Zwick. Lawless overtaking Zwick for 8th, and now Stanley, your 10th place hitter right now. Your top 10 separated by a blanket, all in that front fast pack, and then Sanchez leads the second pack. Your top 10 all has a shot realistically to win this thing. And if we have a stage of green flag pit stops, that is going to spice things up. The 97 into the back of the 15 just a little bit. Charlie Irwin to the outside now. It's a three-way, now four-way battle for the lead. All right, the 97, Marlar still your leader. The 15, Allen looking to get to him. The 97 put the bumper to the 15 just a little bit. Can he take it? Can he take the spot back? And will he use a little bit of vengeance? Here comes Bulkey as well. Irwin and Bulkey battling it out for third. And here comes Ybarra joining the mix. Let's see what happens in these last 24 laps. It is going to be interesting. Who is going to have the tire at the end of the race? Because they are all driving as hard as they can. The 15, looking, he's technically your leader now. There he goes, looking to the bottom. Marlar trying to get back on the top. And let's look at that 15 car. Let's see, oh, Marlar into the wall. Here comes the 52. Irwin gets a little bit of a tire in the grass, and now your second place runner. Oh, Bennett Allen, your leader. Chattanooga, Tennessee is where he hails from. Charlotte, North Carolina may be where he stays tonight as a winner. The EIRCA ARCA Series in the Me Sharks 120. Everybody wants to win on the big stage, and can Allen do it after winning Knoxville last week? The Knoxville ARCA race for the series was incredible. The EIRCA always puts on a show here at Charlotte and everywhere else they go to. Allen down the back straightaway now, looking to hold on. 22 laps to go. I wonder what's going through his head as he leads, coming to 21 to go through 3 and 4. And I also wonder what's going through the heads of Marlar and Irwin, who are both battling it out for second. We have an incredible battle going on right now, and this is heating up to be probably one of the best battles I've seen in a very, very long time. Allen, your leader currently. Marlar and Irwin battling it out. Ybarra as well, trying to close, but Allen so far, he's got a little bit of a lead. I'd say 4 or 5 car lengths, and it's increasing. Maybe now to 5 or 6 car lengths now. And he, honestly, if he wants to win this race, saving tires may be it. You might want to lay off until they catch him, just so that you can have enough tire at the end of the race. Or if a caution comes out, you do not want people to pit, and you do not want people to catch you. One of the worst things you could do is let those guys catch you and eat you up, and then you fall back in the pack, because then in the final stages of the race, they're going to be driving really hard. They're going to block aggressively, and that spells disaster. Casimir, a lap down now. I'm not sure how that one happened, but I did not notice. He went from your top 5. Now he's in 14th and a lap down. LeGrave in the 17 back on the lead lap. still he's up to 13 now after being back in 16th at one point. Two LaGrave boys still a lap down. And now the top 5 spreads out just a little bit, but Marlar catching the top 3, still separated by a blanket, but past that is a battle and another pass. All right, and Bennett Allen, still your leader after all of these laps. It has been an incredible run. Marlar closing the gap ever so slightly. Irwin closing as well. He's trying to close the gap. Marlar down to 0.17 seconds. Right to Allen now, and that gap's closing. It's closing almost under a tenth. Right now, it's just a little over a tenth of a second. So far, an incredible battle. Allen, Marlar, Irwin, Lawless, Ybarra, your top 5 as they run. Allen and Marlar pulling away from your top, well, I'd say the rest of your top 10. They've been pulling away. But your top 3 no longer separated by a blanket. Now it's just your top 2. They're pulling away. They both went to glory. Can Brandon Allen win 2 weeks in a row? He's won on the short track. He's won on the dirt. Can he win on the big track? Can he win on the asphalt? And can he win on the big stage? We will see. Let's hope this is a very good finish, as it's hyping up to be 15 laps to go. And Brandon Allen has led so many laps here. So has Marlar. Your top 3 have been the drivers to beat all day long. It has not shifted whatsoever from the top 3. The top 3 have stayed in command. This is so far an incredible race, and it is hyping up to be even better towards the end. Allen, Marlar, Irwin, your top 3 have all led more than 10 laps in this race. This has so far been an incredible showing of talent for all 3 of these drivers. I am really enjoying this battle up front, as it is just
Yellow.
hyping up. Yellow is out! This changes everything! The top 3 are no longer pulling away. That caution resets your field, and it's going to close the gap. Wow! That's insane. And oh, the 17 is crab walking right now. Brady LaGrave, he started in P10, currently running P13, although he's going to have to pit. Yeah, that car is crab walking really bad. It looks like that right rear is absolutely destroyed on the 17 car. He cannot race like this. He has to go to the pits. If he continues to drive like this, he will go many laps down. Yes, look at that right rear. It has been knocked in. The front edge of that wheel has been knocked in, and now it wants to crab walk. He has not pitted yet. The second caution of the day has come out. So far, only 2 cautions in this race. Remember, caution laps count towards the finish. It is possible to finish under yellow. And Brady LaGrave. Tough break for the 17. Allen into the pit. Irwin into the pit. It looks like Marlar maybe has stayed out. Yes, Marlar stays out, and almost the entire field pits. Sanchez has not pitted yet. Esposito, yes, he pits. Esposito pits. LaGrave going to have to pit. I believe pit road opened this time by the 97. The only car on the lead lap. This is insane. What a race thus far. And the race off pit road, Allen going to win that. And there is LeGrave. Brady LeGrave into the pits. There in that 13th spot. Let's take a look at what happened now that these drivers... Oh! The 18 and the 62 got together, and they just all collided. The 18 has damage as well. Looks like he went to the pits as well to get that fixed. The entire field has gone to pit road, except for one driver. Your second place driver decided to stay out to take the lead with 18 to go. At the time of caution, there was 18 laps to go. There's going to be even less to go. So it's not like he can just pit during a green flag cycle or pit during the next caution and maintain his track position. 18 laps to go. That's not a lot of time. The rest of these guys are going to have fresh tires. He will not. Marlar, the only car to not pit, he stays out for track position. He could have pitted and stayed within the top 5, but he decided he wants that lead. He thinks he can run probably run the rest of the laps out. He's never for sure, but he thinks that it is best for him to stay out at this given moment. And it's important to note that Allen has won last week's race. This week, he's looking to do the same. He's looking to win on the asphalt. As last week, he has won on the dirt of Knoxville Raceway, one of the toughest tracks on the schedule. It's a dirt track. Not a lot of these asphalt guys have dirt experience, but some of them do. Allen proving that, hey, I can win on the dirt, but can he prove today I can win on the asphalt? Can he prove, hey, I can win on the big stage and I can run with these guys at Charlotte? Everybody wants to win at Charlotte. This is always a mainstay wherever series you run. Doesn't matter if you run an ARCA Series. It doesn't matter if you run a Cup Series, a Truck Series, an Xfinity Series, an O'Reilly Series as of 2026. Or if you run a Street Stock or Late Model race here, it does not matter. Even if you're racing on the Legends track, everybody wants to win at Charlotte. Marlar and Allen, both your top two, they have been the class of the field, but don't count out Irwin or Bulky. They have been running up front all day. Ybarra as well. Lamb has been consistent, so has Stanley and Zwick, and Thomas as well. Thomas ran some laps up front as well. Don't count him out. The top 10, realistically, all of them have been running up front, and all of them have a shot. And we go green in the restart zone. There it is. We're on the loud pedal. We're back racing in the Mies Sharks 120 for the EIRCA ARCA Series. ARCA, not the sanctioning body of this race. That is just the car that they are running. The EIRCA is the sanctioning body of this series, and it has been an incredible championship battle this far. And thus far, it has been incredible watching some of these battles that they've had all season. Allen and Marlar side by side. Allen to the lead, and Marlar starting to get swallowed up by the field because he's on old tires. He's running fine as for now, but remember, he did not pit at the time of the last yellow, and he is still pushing for the 15, but the 15 just has a lot more bite off the corner. Even in the corner, he's got a lot more bite due to these tires. Tires are very important in iRacing. Oh, we got a little bit of a camera in another car. 8 laps to go. I saw a little bit of smoke there. I don't know whether I should be concerned or not. And the 44 a little loose. Oh, into the wall he goes. That's a big hit. That man does not. 7 to go. 7 laps left, and we stay green. The 44 on the bottom. He keeps it clean. Oh, he's going to come up the track.
Yellow,
the 17 yellow is out. There it is. The 44 causing an issue for the drivers currently on track in the back of the pack. The 44 might have caused a worse accident if they did not throw the yellow, but this also changes everything. Third caution of the day, the second caution within 20 laps, and we are going to restart with under 5 laps to go. It's going to be a shootout between the top 5 and Lawless up to second place. Second place on the day. That is the highest he has run all day. Now it is impossible to count him out. Zwick into the top 5 as well. That's the highest he's run. But Marlar swallowed up by the field. Back to 6th place. Now 5th. We are under yellow, so he should stay in 6th. The 44 is still rolling around. Pit road has not been opened up yet. LeGrave still in 13th after that hard hit into the wall. He yawed the right rear to where it was causing him to crab walk, and that caused him to go down the pits, repair his car, and he's still in 13th. Ybarra, Lamb, Stanley into the pits. 3 cars into the pits. All 3 of those involved in the caution. All 3 of them are partially to blame for the yellow, but I'm not sure whose fault it solely lays upon. That's in the hands of the viewers and the race officials. Stanley, Lamb, and Ybarra, all I know, they're coming down pit road. Ybarra was having an incredible run, and that may be over. His run may be ended. Looks like he just stopped for maybe gas. That was a hard hit. Really hard hit. And then the 5 also hit the wall, caused some damage. I'm not sure what kept the caution going. Because the 44, it seemed... The 44 was just going incredibly slow. I mean, he turned off the track for a minute, but then he got right back on the track. I'm not sure why he didn't take the access road. I think he was banking on the caution coming out, trying to draw the caution. Because he rode around the track for quite some time before the caution came out as well. Allen, Lawless, Wolke, Irwin, Zwick, your top 5 as they run. Marlar just outside your top 5. Like I said before, important to note, Marlar does not have fresh tires. He is on old tires. So if he wants to make a move to the front, he is going to have to make sure that his tires are not going to be a factor. He has to make sure that he can drive it in just as deep and drive it off just as hard as the rest of these drivers. The rest of these drivers on fresh tires, those tires stick better. Letting you drive it in deeper, drive it off harder, and causing better traction, and that makes you go faster. The older your tires get, the slower your car feels and gets, and the easier it becomes for you to get swallowed up by the field. If Marlar does not pit soon, I mean, we're at the end of the race now. It may just be it. He has one more opportunity, essentially, to get back into the top 5 and to try to secure a victory. He is your pole sitter, important to note. He set the fastest lap in qualifying, and he currently is running very fast laps throughout the field. He has been running very great laps, and he has led a lot of laps. He led quite a bit of laps early on and was still leading up until about the caution. And Lawless, make sure to note that that car has not led any laps tonight, and he is now restarting on the outside pole. Inside pole going to be Allen, still your leader, but Lawless has not led any laps tonight, and he is now in the top 2. He's now second on the board and has a chance to lead some laps late in the race. You only need to lead 1 lap to win a race, and that is the final lap. You can never win a lap on the first lap, and you cannot, this race, you cannot win it on the 79th lap. You can only win this race on the 80th lap, and that is the key to the race, is not outrunning yourself and not outrunning your tires. If you drive harder than your tires can take, you will spin, you'll hit the wall, you'll hit other people, and your race will be over. Green flag is back out. We're underway again in the Me Shirts 120. 3 laps to go. It's going to be a 3-lap shootout, and Allen so far pulling away. Lawless not too far behind, can close within a lap, but he's got to put on some flawless reflexes, and he's got to drive perfectly. And the 15 looking like he's trying to block, but the 83 to the inside flawlessly. Can he take it? He may get into the 15 a little bit. He might have just ever so slightly. Oh, we got cars wrecking. There's another yellow. 4th caution of the day, and a huge fall for the 97. Oh no. Marlar back to 13th. Your pole sitter, he's now in the pits. The 62 of Sanchez back as well. What a fall for Marlar, now down to 14th. This caution, I'm not sure how this happened. It looked like the 88 got into him just a little bit, and then the 97 just turned the 62. Nowhere to go for either of those drivers, and they just come to a rest on the inside of the racetrack. The 97 and the 62, both tough break for them, especially at the tail end of this race. Every lap and every position counts this late in the race, and we're going to see if we get more green flag laps. As the yellow is out, your leader right now, if the race were to end, as of right now, Brandon Allen would have won 2 races in a row, 1 on the dirt in Knoxville last week, and could possibly win on the asphalt tonight. on the big stage at Charlotte. This is a track, like I said before, everybody wants to win. This is a very prestigious racetrack. And I don't see... We have a few people coming down pit road. We have a wreck on pit road. Ybarra in the 44. Not sure who's at fault for that one, but that's another tough break for him, as that's going to take longer in the pits, and he's going to lose a position. Ybarra in the pits as well. Marlar comes out 11th place. Realistically, outside of contention now. Same thing with Ybarra and Esposito. Marlar could still turn that into a top 10 very easily, but he is outside of contention to win. And that was what he was going for before, and he stayed out. I'm sure if he had that decision back, he would have pitted. That would have kept him up front, and that would have kept him out of harm's way for the rest of the pack. As it gets tight, racing happens, people get into each other, people wreck. It's the nature of racing, especially close quarters and high speeds like this. This is a precision track where you go very fast, 176 miles an hour, the average speed in qualifying. That's average, not top speed, average. That includes through the corners as well. Average speed, 176 miles an hour. When you're going that fast, a matter of a centimeter and a split second decision, a 1/10 of a second decision, that can mean the difference between winning and losing tonight. Lawless, like I said, important to note, has not led a single lap tonight. Has the opportunity. He is in contention to win this. So is Bulky, Irwin, and Zwick. Your top 5 realistically in contention to win. The lights are out on the pace car, and it looks like we're going to go green. They are limping around the track right now. They are snail's pace through 1 and soon to be through turn 2. Right there it is. They enter turn 2 right about there, and this is hyping up. This is living up to the hype every bit, and this is hyping up to be an incredible finish. Allen, Lawless, Bulky, Irwin. Sorry, I got those mixed up because Lawless is ahead of your leader and he's not supposed to be. I'm not sure. I don't think anything's going to come of that. We're just running yellow flag laps, but it's Allen, Lawless, Bulky, Irwin, Casimir, your top 5. No, Zwick, your top 5. Casimir just outside. Casimir at one point was laps down. It's important to know Casimir at one point was 2 laps down on your field. 2 laps down, and he is now in 5th, outside row 3. Not exactly in contention, but he could put himself in contention in a matter of a lap. And the pace car about ready to duck off here. The 4th caution of the night concludes. The pace car ducks off, and they are really close. I really like this shot. They are really close to the restart zone. There it is. They're green. They are racing. The 15 out to the lead. Allen. 3 laps to go. Now 2. It's going to be a green, white, checkered. An overtime finish here in the Meestrux 120. The EIRCA living up to the hype. Here comes the 83. Will he put on a flawless performance? He was before the caution came out. Will he be able to win? Will he be able to take away Allen's special victory that he's been wanting? 2 in a row is something drivers don't accomplish very often. 2 in a row is something unheard of for most drivers, as we have somebody in the wall, white flag in the air, one more time around. The next flag most likely ending the race. And Allen, there comes Lawless, looking to the inside. Can't get it? No, he can't. Allen, flawless performance so far. 2 more corners to go. Into turn 3, about half a mile left from his 2 in a row, from the checkers. Off of turn number 4, a flawless performance from Brandon Allen. He wins the Meestrux 120, the EIRCA Series. Lawless, an incredible performance at the end of the race, but just can't get it. Allen wins 2 in a row, back-to-back wins, and that is sure to put him up in the point standings. If he is not points leader already, I cannot remember. But that is sure to put him up in the standings. You couldn't ask for better out of Allen. He qualified in the top 5, won the race, led, I think, most of the laps. Don't quote me on it, but I believe he led the most laps as well. Oh, we got some after the checkered shenanigans there, and Allen going to take his much deserved burnout. Taking a victory burnout here, and that is an incredible race. Make sure to stick around for our post-race interviews as well as our running of the point standings championship picture our upcoming races for the EIRCA right here on OBN Studios and right here on iRacing. Make sure to stick around. This stream is not over. This broadcast is not over, and we have plenty more to offer still. Those of you that care about the point standings, those of you that want to keep tabs on this field. I mean, I'm certainly entertained. Everybody else, I believe, if you're not entertained by that, then you are very, very hard to please. Charlotte Motor Speedway, a perfect race out of Allen. An incredible run, an incredible finish, back-to-back wins, domination from Allen as well. You couldn't ask for better out of him. And honestly, out of your top three, you couldn't really ask for better. The only thing is the 83 never did lead his lap. And looking at this replay here as they went green, the 15 got the jump. And that right there is what won him the race. The 83 on his tail the entire time. But sometimes in racing, it can come down to the most minute details. The 15 capitalized, the 83 didn't. That is what lost the 83 the race right there. I said before at previous races at Iowa and Charlotte that you need to capitalize on restarts, especially restarts late in the race. Those help you win races, and right here it was put on display for all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the 15 capitalized on a restart and is back-to-back first-place finishes. He is a back-to-back first-place finisher in the EIRCA Series, and it was because of a restart. You can see there the 83 throws it in deep, but just right there. The race, he held on. He won the race in the restart, and he also won the race in 1 and 2, where he ran a steady corner. He didn't outdrive himself or the equipment. He let the equipment drive and do its thing, and he brought home the checker right there. That is going to be an incredible picture, and I'm sure he'll have that up on Instagram within a day or two. Right there. Your winner, Brandon Allen. Back to back, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to start pulling for interviews here soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but we're going to start pulling in. Our interviewers. I mean, that was an incredible race. Nick, what did you think of that race?
What a wild finish that was. Very intense. My heart was pumping. Yours was pumping. The viewers were pumping. What a great race to tune in for. And here is Charles, our third place finisher. Got a copy, Charles?
Gotcha, big man.
Charles, you finished third tonight after a very intense battle. You led most of the race. What was going through your head in those last couple laps of the race?
Well, to be honest with you, it was just stick it up top, run it real hard in, and hope it sticks. I mean, the top was where I liked it all race, and I was hoping it was going to pay out for me again. I kept getting into the throttle a little bit too hard too early, and then I had to, kind of plateau the throttle. But I was just really thinking, get to third, get to second maybe, and don't lose a lot of ground to anybody coming on the bottom that was driving it really hard in.
Yeah, it did look like you were wearing your tires more than the rest as we got closer to the end. Are you satisfied with third, or do you feel like a win got away tonight?
I don't know about a win. Bennett was really strong. William was really strong. I think second got away from me tonight, if anything. But Lawless was also very fast. So
yes, he was.
Props to him. Props to that team. They've been great over the last few weeks. So I'll take third. I don't think it'll hurt me too bad to Bennett in the point standings. So we'll just take third tonight and call it good.
Well, yeah, congratulations on that third place, and best of luck to you next week. The floor is yours now.
Yeah, I just want to thank both of you for coming on last week, doing all the work, working with me, working with a lot of our guys, and giving us a good broadcast for the first time in 3 weeks. So, hope we gave you guys a good show, and just shout out to everybody that showed up tonight for this. I appreciate all of you. And thanks for racing good, giving us some good early racing and a second good stint. So, yeah, just hope we get the same thing next week at Phoenix.
Yes. Thank you, Charles.
Ladies and
Problem,
gentlemen, I
Excelsior.
want to point out the fact this is the league owner as well, putting on a great show. Every single driver in this field, I believe, gave it their all tonight, and every single driver here was very, very close in times of qualifying. And I'm sure some of you noticed the top 10 was separated by a blanket most of the night. It was an incredible show to watch, and we still have 2 more interviews to go. Stick around as we will also show more point standings. And this is a great time to talk about meshirts.co, the sponsor of today's broadcast. Make sure you go visit meshirts.co, pick up yourself some nice apparel.
It does not look like we have a second place Lolis here for an interview.
All right, so am I just going to take it to Bennett Allen?
Yes.
All right, Bennett, you got a copy?
Still working his way over here.
All right, still working his way over. All right, well, we'll have a word. I will have a word with Bennett Allen.
There he is.
I believe that was him. Bennett, you got a copy.
I'm here.
All right, Bennett Allen taking home your win today. Bennett, how do you feel about having back-to-back wins in EIRCA?
Feels good. I was on a streak where I'd win every other week. We had a couple weeks where we had a lot of yellows, and I just get frustrated because I don't like pacing. I do enough of that in official racing that I would just, quit. Week 1, I blew in motor like lap 5. Don't know how I did that. And then I forgot what race was after that. I had wrecked, but good week this week. Good week last week. It's definitely a lot of fun. It was more fun than I thought it was going to be. I'm a huge fan of long runs where you actually have to start searching for grip, going to the high side, low, or in middle. But it seems like everyone was running different lines all over the racetrack. That not one line really became dominant until that second run where the bottom got cleaned up from us pacing, and it was pretty easy to manage your tire wear on the bottom. I kind of overdrove a first run. I found myself getting into the corner really deep. And that's when William passed me, and I kind of was staying even with him just because I just cooked my right front. I think it was like 50% when I pitted. But that second run was way better. I managed my stuff better. I lifted earlier, rolled the bottom really well, and when we pitted for that last pit stop, my right front was only at 81 compared to other people's like 70 and 60. So I feel like I managed the tires the second run way better, and made it to where I had a chance there at the end. The ARCA package is really weird. It has this insane, draft that when you're like even like 4/10ths back, you'll get within a tenth going in the next turn at 1.5 miles. So it's a little frustrating to deal with when you build a good gap and it just goes away and straight away. But I was able to hold off Brandon there, which is good. Just happy to get another one and get that points lead going.
Yeah, it's always incredible to get a points lead. I mean, you've been dominant, it seems, most of the season. You've had a few off weeks, but still bringing it home. And I mean, how do you feel about William not pitting there?
I'm just confused. I mean, he was saying in the general chat that he was baffled that we'd be pitted with 10 to go, and I was like, why wouldn't you? It's 10 laps to go. There's still plenty of racing left. If you're on old tires, you're just gonna fall like a rock to the guys who did pit. If it was a green-white checkered, maybe I'd argue against taking 2 or, not pitting at all. But, with 10 to go, I mean, we had 2 whole sets laying in the pit still. Like, why not take it? So it got me confused that he didn't pit. It got everybody in the general chat confused why he didn't pit. I don't know what his thought process was there, but glad I pit. I had a decent pit stop. I don't know why my pit crew was so slow today, but I got the crappy iRacing RNG on the pit stops today, but that's all right. Still got out the win, so it worked out.
Yeah, I noticed there were a few times you won the battle of pit road, but it was just barely. And those cautions, I mean, you led early on. I know that William was fast. I noticed at the end, I mean, we had somebody that hadn't led a single lap all day challenge you for the win, and that was insane to me. To watching from the booth, he threw it in 1 and 2, and you just ran it in deeper than him. I mean, you were ahead the entire time, but he threw it in deep, and I thought there was maybe just a chance. It was, like I said, it was crazy to watch. I didn't talk about him until the end of the race. Um, I can't remember. It was Lawless. That's who it was. It was Brandon. It was Brandon Lawless.
Yeah, I mean,
He threw it in one.
going to one on a restart, I tried getting a run off of two a little bit better. I kind of ran half a lane higher than him. But like I said, I mean, with that draft, there's nothing I could have done. That first restart, I tried breaking the draft, going down the back straightaway, and that didn't help at all. I lost more momentum than I was saving with the draft. So I kind of knew on the restart I would kind of be a sitting duck, and I just had the time up going in the 3. He kind of got to my inside, and I drove it in deep, and then stabbed at the brakes a little bit, and then they got the nose to turn, and so I just hammered down the throttle and got a really good run off of 4. And that helped me. But again, with the draft, he caught right back up to me going on the exit of 2. I ran the top on 2 to have the momentum. I like in my head, I was going to flip a coin to see if I was going to run the bottom of the top. In qualifying, the top was dominant, get really fast lap times on the top. But that's really different in the race, and with how the dynamic track system works, you never know what that top line's going to do. And the shade was coming over 1 and 2, so the track temp's cooling off, so it's just different grip, But it still worked out. I got a little bit tight center, which wasn't fun, but I was able to deal with it. And then, going into 3 and 4, I just had to get in the corner deep, as deep as I could without getting tight. So he didn't get to my back bumper and try to make it even a better finish than it was. But again, it worked out in the end. I did what I had to do, and I think that's win like number 4 on the year, so we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm still baffled by your win, back to back too. I just got to know how did you win back to back? Just got to know the secret.
I mean, it's just knowing the different skill levels you have to have at different kind of racetracks. I mean, I've been doing iRacing for about 6 years now, and after running top split I think I've been running consistently top split for about a year or 2. You learn some things, and you learn the little, eNASCAR stuff, like the video game stuff that you have to, learn, and it's all about managing your tires. And the fixed setup races, you don't have a setup to, kind of lay your back on. You don't have something to back you up, and so you have to really manage the tires. And like I said earlier, that first round I didn't do that, but in the second round I did, and I did what I had to do to stay up front and keep clean air on my nose, which is also a big thing. But with the last week, it was a dirt track, and I love me some good dirt track racing in a stock car. For me, it's just so much fun to whip a car sideways and basically drift around the corner. And it's just another, skill set I have in my bank. I'm pretty good everywhere. I'm really enjoying this week in official racing at Coronado. I'm not the fastest, but I'm not the slowest, so it makes me feel a little bit better. But I've been really working on just every skill set at every kind of track we go to. These mile and a halves are harder to win at just because the ARCA package, but short tracks and cookie cutters are a little bit different. But pretty good competition in this league, I will have to say. I ran an ARCA league a couple years ago, and I won the championship by I don't even know how many points. I won what was it, like 10 out of 12 races or something like that. But this one's a little bit more, has a lot more competition, which is good. And Charles has done a really great job at recruiting and getting a lot of really good drivers in here. And there's a lot of people here who still have a lot to learn, and that's kind of why we're all here, is to teach each other. I've mentioned in general that I'm open to coaching some people free of charge. I'm not the best at iRacing. My iRating is only 4,800. But I've been doing it long enough to where I know a little bit, and I know where people can make time. And then I think part of that's also that I'm a race fan, just like most of us. you watch enough on TV, you can kind of learn a little bit. And you know, for me, I played basketball in high school, so it's like watching film and then applying what you watched on film to the actual game. So I don't know if that answers your question, but you know,
Oh,
that's what I got.
that for sure answers it, and I can relate to that. The only thing I can't relate to is the over 4,000 I rating, because that is insane to me. I have like a 1,300, so
It just takes time. Just takes
yeah.
time.
I
I was
it,
unemployed for a little bit, so all I did was iRacing.
well, that'll definitely do it, and it looks like all that film you've been watching has really paid off. It looks like also all that skill set that you've learned, all that time on iRacing is for sure paying off. And I believe that you have a realistic shot at winning this chip at the end of the year. You do have some serious competition, but you've been looking good. You kept that 15 car clean all night, and I mean, I didn't see any incidents at all. I could be wrong, but I didn't see any incidents where you were, making very hard contact with any cars or the walls. I mean, that car looks pretty spotless, I'd say, especially for a race at Charlotte. And I mean, you won on the big stage, man. Everybody wants to win at Charlotte. How is this win different from Knoxville? This is going to be one of our closing questions of the
Um,
broadcast.
it's different just because it's a harder track to win at. I feel like I had a pretty decent edge on the competition at Knoxville. I remember when the trucks used to go there every year, or for 2 or 3 years, and I did well there in official racing. But Charlotte's just it's different. It's a mile and a half that the draft is very, very prominent. And also with it kind of being the home of NASCAR, everyone wants to win there. And then also everybody owns the racetrack because it's free. So I mean, my first race on iRacing was Street Stocks at Charlotte. You know, um, that also makes it more difficult because everybody knows the track, everybody knows the line to run. It has changed over the years with different tire models, aero models, even the track update and rescan. Stuff like that will change, like it'll change it. But the core of the track is still there. The banking degree hasn't changed. The fact that the white and blue line is a grip strip hasn't changed. So there's stuff like that that makes it pretty level playing field. It's not quite like Daytona and Talladega, um, but it's similar. I don't even know the next mile and a half we go to. If I would look, I could probably tell you. Um, I mean, Auto Club, that's like a super speedway. So, it's just the track's bigger than a mile and a half, or a mile and a half and bigger are kind of a coin flip for who's going to win. So, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, the big tracks are always a little bit tighter competition wise. I mean, I noticed with the big tracks, it's a little more precise. You have to be a little, you use less wheel. Um, it's very precise. It's a matter of inches here. And I noticed it's a lot quicker. And I mean, your points lead has grown. It's now 23 points over Charles now as of 10:23 p.m. The standings were updated. Brandon climbs. Brendan Lawless climbs to third over Danny Sanchez. I mean, there's even been some guys that weren't in contention, like Brady LeGrave is climbing up the standings. He's above the playoff cut. How do drivers like that are slowly climbing the standings and are slowly making runs, how does that affect you in terms of how you view the chip this year?
It's just about managing, each race as it comes. Trying to stay up front, be in the top five, top three, get as many bonus points as I can, and just keeping my nose clean. The more DNFs that I rack up, the lower I'm going to be in the point standings. And just because I have 4 wins doesn't mean I still, could be behind in points at some point. It's only a 23-point gap to Charles. It's not like I have a 250-point gap like Justin Allgaier has on the Xfinity field. Like it's different. Um, so it's just about managing and being smart and not putting my nose where it shouldn't be. Um, which 3 years ago we would be having a different conversation. But I've matured and I've learned how to pick and choose my battles, and I did that tonight, and I'm sure I can do that next week. So um, yeah, I mean it's just all about managing, which I hate. I hate managing things. I wish I could just get out by 10 seconds every week, but kind of not how it works, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that certainly wouldn't be as fun for us in the broadcast tower, and certainly for the fans watching at home. I mean, it's been incredible. And for our closing question, is there anybody that you're worried about for this chip?
Definitely Charles. He's fast. Me and him have talked. I mean, his I rating doesn't mean anything. He's faster than what his I rating is. When I was around that I rating, my biggest thing was tire management, and I feel like that's one of the things that he might have to work on. I'm still not good at it. I mean, you saw that first run, like I said. I mean, I kind of felt like a rock. But he's fast, and he is scary. And any day I can finish ahead of him is a good day. Like Danny Sanchez is pretty fast at short tracks. Lawless showed his face this week, so there's a lot of people that I'm scared of. And, I 23 points is not having this chip in the bag, and we still have the points reset, and I do not have it made. let's just say. So I got to be smart.
Yeah, another thing to make note of is the playoffs. And thank you, Bennett, for this interview. I hope to be interviewing you next week as well.
Yeah,
and
thanks for the broadcast. We really do appreciate it.
Of course, man. I really strongly enjoy doing this. This is the most fun I've had broadcasting a race in a long time. And I would like to point out to everyone watching the broadcast and to the drivers that may be watching, as well as Bennett here, that my own personal short track league will be booting up here soon, and it will all be here on OBN. And one more thanks to our sponsor, meshirts.co. Couldn't have done it without you guys, couldn't have done it without the EIRCA, and couldn't have done it without my amazing broadcast partner and personal friend, Nicholas Sasek. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, Bennett. I'm going to let you enjoy your win, and we're going to roll through point standings, and we're going to roll through the rest of the races, the upcoming 3 races of the schedule, and run through just a few more things. Thank you, Bennett.
Yeah, thanks,
Enjoy
guys.
your win.
Thanks.
All right, now I think we should roll through the point standings one more time. If you could, Nicholas, please pull that up for us. And then we'll run through the last 3 races. Again, couldn't have done it without all of the amazing people partaking in this broadcast and partaking in this amazing EIRCA season. It's shaping up to be an incredible championship battle. It is must-watch TV here. And looking at the point standings, our driver standings is going to be Bennett Allen with 264, going to increase his point standings over Charles Irwin. And then it's going to be Danny Sanchez. Brandon Lawless jumps up a spot. Austin Bulkey in the 5th spot. Kevin Stanley in 6th. Brandon Ibarra in 7th. I believe he went down. Brandon Ibarra, yes, in 8th. He did go down. Although this is the previous driver standings from before. Your updated standings. Looking at your previous standings, it was Bennett Allen with 264. Now he has 316. Charles Irwin before had 248. Now has 293. He's 23 points back. The gap increases. Yeah. All right. Danny Sanchez, 3rd in points. No, now 4th. Brandon Lawless up to 3rd with 283. Danny Sanchez down 1 into 4th with 275. Austin Bulkey tied with 275. Kevin Stanley in 6th. Still stays there in 6th. Now it's 270. And then Brady LaGrave goes up a spot into 7th place. I believe we're going to be opening it. There it is. There's the standings now. And Jonathan Thomas in 9th with 258. Jonathan Casabier, 253. Zane Zwick with 252. Angelo Espo with 239. Nicholas Lamb with 218. He is up 2. Angelo Espo up 1. Zane Zwick up 1. And Jonathan Casabier up 1. That means Declan Beatty is down 4. I do believe he was the one driver that did not show up today. Possibly. I'm not exactly sure. Yes, he is the one driver that did not show up today. No, maybe not. Ryan Taylor went down a spot. Curtis Hoyt went up a spot. I'm not exactly sure. I cannot remember who it was that did not show up today. But Declan Beatty is on the cut line. He is the last driver currently sitting in the playoffs. Behind is now Evan G. Mueller. He is Very, very close. 24 points back on the cut line. Sean LaGrave went up a spot. He's in 16th. Clay Stewart down a spot. He's in 17th. Jay LaGrave up 2 spots. He's in 18th now with 149. Chase Marks stays where he's at 19th. Zane Hussein goes down 2 spots. He's at 140 now, 76 below the cut. William Marler goes up 2 spots. He is 116 to the cut. Dylan Matthews goes down a spot. He's 120 to the cut. Devin Matthews, 132 to cut. He's in 23rd. He does go down a spot. Curtis Hoyt goes up 1 spot. He is 186 to the cut. And Ryan Taylor in 25th. 194 to the cut. And that is your point standings as they run. 25 drivers have scored points for this league. And let's look at the next 3 races before we wrap things up. Auto Club Speedway, race 9 of the season, 60 laps. It is next Tuesday. Then Bristol Motor Speedway, race 10 of the season, the following week, 115 laps. Then Nashville Fairgrounds that's race 11 on the calendar, 100 lap event in 2 weeks. 3 weeks. It is important to note that 2 of these tracks are short tracks, and that is where that's where some of these drivers thrive, especially Brandon Lawless and Sanchez as well does really well. Sanchez has been doing really well. Brandon Lawless runs really well. So does Sanchez at short tracks. That is going to be interesting to see them try to make runs at the regular season championship. Make sure you tune in for those. That is going to be very, very fun. And let's now roll to the very end of the broadcast. Before we cut out, I'd like to thank once again meshirts.com. Or meshirts.co. I apologize. meshirts.co. Make sure you visit that for all your apparel needs. Very incredible company. Couldn't have done it without them. Make sure you visit meshirts.co. Check them out. They are incredible. Thank you to all the drivers for showing up. This has been an incredible broadcast. Thank you personally from me. Thank you, Nicholas. This has been a broadcast on OBN. Make sure to catch all your iRacing action here on OBN. This has been incredible. I am Stephen Woods Jr. and my partner, Nicholas Sasick. If you would like to have any final words to say, please say them before we end our broadcast. Do you have any final words, Nicholas?
No, I don't.
All right.
This is
Thank you.
OBN signing off.
Make sure to tune in next week. It's going to be great.